got some in my pocket here.
It's burning a hole.
Oh, look at that, $5. It must mean it's time for our $5 in our pocket segment. And we're going to begin today with an old school game that's a favorite of mine. This is Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2. This is an old game. I believe it's from '97, somewhere around there. It's one of the old school Star Wars games. And man, there have been a lot of really terrible Star Wars games over the years, but this one just captured the whole flavor of the universe. It had a multiplayer component that I was like obsessed with. And I was playing this thing on dial-up. I was playing this thing on 56K dial-up connections, and it was just a blast because it actually had all the kind of shootery weapons you expect, but it also had lightsaber combat that kind of worked in a shooter environment. When you look at this game now, you look at the weird polygon faces and everything's super low res and kind of junky, but I mean, man, this is a classic. It's $5 on Steam, and if you want to go back and feel the old school Star Wars universe and the games that were really great, I mean, we're talking a lot now about EA.
Well, this is the thing, right? You know, you're looking to the past, but I mean, I think we're sort of looking to the future here as well. And look, they can't get any worse, right? The bar is set really low.
I think the concern is if EA has the Star Wars license, you know, you're going to have to pay 50 cents on a microtransaction every time you whip out your lightsaber. You know, it's going to be 10 cents per blaster bolt. But if you want to go back to a simpler time when there was no such thing as microtransactions and it was just a great Star Wars adventure, you can't go wrong with this one. What are you spending $5 on this week?
Well, you know, the funny thing is, I think we got a little bit of a theme going here. Rebuying games. You and I looked back probably about a year or two ago now at force equals mass.
Oh, yeah. Or reckless disregard for gravity.
Yeah, you know, this is a first-person base jumping game. It's $3.99 on the iOS platforms, and I found this to be my great quick hit game of the last couple of weeks. This game is all about getting a higher score.
It's intoxicating because you're plummeting down the sides of these buildings and you're maneuvering to hit these scoring plates.
Exactly.
I loved it when we played it on the PC. The one problem I have playing it on the iOS device is I can't get the controls to invert properly, and I think a different way that the game wants me to. So I haven't had a lot of success with playing it, but it was a game that I loved on Steam.
And this is just it. I've been playing it on my iPhone 5, and I actually think that this is a game that works better with the accelerometer.
Yeah.
I loved it on the PC, but you know, for bite-sized gaming, fast levels, score chasing, this game also has a great sense of humor. You know, when you die, it's like you are a sack of broken calcium. This is a great game, and for $3.99, there's a ton of stuff here, and I've been loving it.
Well, I guess we're going to continue with that theme of buying games that we already own on other devices. My last $5 is going to Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
It kind of blows my mind that these were games that it doesn't feel like it was that long ago we were playing.
And they pushed the envelope, you know.
On our PS2, on the Xbox, and now we are playing the entire game fully ported over to our iPads.
Oh, yeah.
This has always been my favorite Grand Theft Auto, all the way from Grand Theft Auto 3, all the way up to 4 and all the offshoots, because it just had that awesome 80s vibe, and it had Ray Liotta playing the main character, and it was kind of like inspired by a little bit of Scarface, and a little bit of Miami Vice, and all this goofiness, and it had the greatest soundtrack, but it's $5 on the iPad, and I mean, you can't lose.
You can't go wrong.
Awesome, yeah. So let's go spend these $5 in our pockets.